Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Charles Harper, and I'm going to do is tonight I'm going to try to keep pace with what I'm doing when I release the courses on system. I'm going to try to do the same thing here in the training, and what I want to do tonight is just kind of talk through starting the process of building out some of the elements that you have in your go high level sub account. And one of the things that we talked about in the system course was starting with a PDF document. And if you're just going to do the very basic, let's say that you're going to do just the easiest course to put together, you're going to be using a PDF. And so you can put together an entire course with PDFs. Now, I'm not going to talk about what you're going to put in those PDFs. I'm not going to talk about, how you're going to use AI to construct them. I just want to talk through some of what you're going to do in order to put some of these courses together. Now, when you're using the GHL sub account, you are going to be using the course platform. And I'm just going to go into the products. Now, I'm going to try to do this, and I know that my memory might fail. Zoom is kind of memory intensive, but I'm going to do the best I can to get through this. And I'm going to make sure I've got everything turned off that I possibly can here. And I do. I might just close out Dreamweaver and close everything here. Okay, but everything's closed that can be closed. Let me close WhatsApp. Okay, so WhatsApp's closed. Okay, so um, let's just go and create a course starting from scratch. And we're not talking about videos tonight. So, obviously, you can upload videos. I'm going to call this test course. You can call yours whatever you want, right? So we're going to go through and we're just going to go into the course platform area. And the actually the interface between a GHL sub account and a system is very similar. So if you have the system course, you're going to notice this. Um, Everything starts with this blank category. You can just kind of come in here and name this what you want. It can be a category. We're just going to call this documents. If you don't have to put a description there, but you can put one there. And then we're going to set documents as a root category. And I'm just going to save this. Right, we're going to leave this published. The thumbnail is a good thing to put in here. And this is where you can brand your course area. So in this particular case, when you're using PLR, I would not use the PLR to brand the thumbnail. This is where I would go and get something on ChatGPT or even Fiverr. I'm not Fiverr, but Canva. Make sure it's 1280 by 720, and then just upload it here to the category thumbnail. Now, the benefit of using ChatGPT is that you can do a consistent image. So if create an image that you like, you want to save that image, you can always go back to ChatGPT. You can do all your images that way. But basically, what you don't want to do is you don't want to necessarily use the PLR PLR graphics as your thumbnail, right? Okay, so I'm going to go here to blank posts, and this is going to be my first post. I could upload a video. I can upload an audio. I'm not going to do that in this case. Um, if I had a video, I'd put the thumbnail here. One of the things that I do like about the GHL platform is that I can attach files to the video page. So if they are, let's say, worksheets, work pages, you can attach those files here where it says add files, right? Okay, so what would I do if I wanted to add documents? Well, I could add them here where it's attached, it says file attachments, right? So I could do that. And I'm going to grab something from my hard drive here. And I'm going to drag this file here to upload. I'll just grab something here. Let's see. Okay, let's grab this one. I'm gonna upload it, right? And so let's see how that looks. All right, so let's say if I save this page and I preview the page, this is what the customer is going to see. And if the point of this module is for the customer to go through the PDF, I may not necessarily like that, right? So they're going to see that here. And I don't necessarily like that, but I could live with it, right? If that's what the whole lesson is going to be about, then what I would do is I would explain here, um, say document, say one, open the document to the right, provide insight or something, right? Whatever you want to do. And I would just save that. All right, so if we're going to have a PDF course, we can attach the file there to the right. The other thing you could do is, let's see, we could embed it. I think I can embed this here. No, that's only media, so no, we're not going to do that. I could do an iframe here. Now, the thing about an iframe is tricky because an iframe, for the most part, is going to be um, kind of based on the platform, and it may or may not necessarily appear the way you want. Now, one, let's say, workaround to that, it's a site called Flip HTML5, right? And I think in Flip HTML5, you can sign up for free and you can do a flip book and you can embed that flip book inside of your GHL, right? You get the embed code. I'm going to see if I can get into my old account. I haven't used it for a while. They might have kicked me out of here. So let me see if I can get it. See if I can find it, if I can get in here. Sign in. Uh, let's see. I'm going to get share code, right? And let's see, I'm going to get it. We can do 700 by 400. I'll copy all the code. There it is. Copy that code. Okay, I'm going to close out. Comes the HTML. Uh, save it. And let's save that. And let's preview it. So I like that better if the point of the lesson is going to be the PDF. Now, obviously, you're going to see that ad down there. That's because the account is free. So if you really want the look and you want that sense that um, the customer is really paying attention to this document, they're going to read it here, then you can get Flip HTML. And I don't think that it's a lot, but the customer would be able to go through the content here. Okay, I'm going to close out of that. Let's see if I have any questions. Okay, fliphtml.com, I think. Does a flipbook make it harder to download? Well, probably, but you'd still have the download link here on the right side, and it would be easy to download here where it's attached. So I think that the customer, let's just make sure. I'm pretty sure that the customer would be able to download from that file. Right, yeah. So they'd be able, this is clickable, so the customer can download from the file. So we would have to tell them all that, right? So the point would be we'd have to make sure that they knew they could tell it. Now, the the most important element to this, right, in building community is going to be that we have a comment area, right? So and what I said in the system course is that you don't want to force people to interact. You want to encourage them. And if they want to interact about something, you can, but you want people to interact at every point in the lesson, right? So again, this is one of those cases where I would not mirror what I do as a PLR creator. Most of the people who come to get PLR, they're not necessarily interested in chatting with each other as much as they are getting what they're going to use. And so um, the the whole the whole thing's different for me than it might be for you. In most cases, if you're not selling content for people to use, as I am, you really want to try to get people talking, and you want to use this comment area. So this comment area is one where I would make sure in some place in these instructions that I tell people or give them a question or give them a prompt or tell them what you want them to answer about the PDF. Maybe you want them to explain what their experience has been. And in this particular case, the document's not all that important, but you could then say, well, hey, have you done it? Now the document's about Canva. What have you done with Canva AI? What have you created? And get people to chat. Now again, they may or may not chat. They may not find that question interesting, but you get an opportunity every time that you put a video together in order to build community by encouraging people to talk. If you find that there's conversation and people do want to either talk back to you or talk back to each other, then you then move to building a formal community. But this is a good testing ground. And if you're asking questions and you're asking the right kinds of questions, and again, every video is a test, right? Every video is a place where you get a chance to engender some contact. You get a chance to get people to talk back or talk to each other. You want to do that at every point in time. So let's say that you had a 20 video course, 20 videos, all you'd really have to do is ask 20 questions. And again, now if you are not comfortable, let's say going through and asking questions, this is something that you can go to ChatGPT to do, tell them what your course is about and say, excuse me, I'm not going to, give you a prompt. You can probably do that one yourself. But you want to get maybe Chat GPT or Gemini to give you some ideas, some questions that people might want to use in order to get some discussion going, and explain your audience, right? Explain your audience to the chat bot, and it'll make some suggestions to you, and you can put those questions here inside of the lesson area. All right. Okay. So I'm going to close out of that. So now, um, part of the process, just as it is inside of system, is going to be what kind of automations you're going to need, and assuming that you get that customer inside of your GHL sub account. right? Let's say that's what you're going to do, then everything's going to really depend on what kind of automations that you have. And we're going to go click create a workflow. We're going to start from scratch. And we just want to kind of look at what the workflows are and what they can do. And so this is where you are going to make all of the quote magic happen. So the first thing is going to be is what kind of triggers are going to happen for you to set some things in motion. So what are the triggers? Well, GHL tells us, right? Most of these are for let's say offline businesses. So birthday reminder, but contact change, that could be one that you would use. Uh, Note change, note added, task added. We're probably not going to use that for our business. Call status. Now, if you do client work, email events could be a trigger. Customer replied, form submitted. All those are triggers, right? TikTok form submitted. All these are things that you can do in order to set things in motion. You can start some processes using these elements. Okay, opportunities, affiliates, anything that happens inside of a course, right, can set things in motion. Somebody starts a category, somebody completes a category, somebody starts a lesson is completed. And so anything that happens inside of the course, you can set things in motion in terms of the trigger. And so it's a good idea for you to just kind of go to a workflow and just scroll through some of the triggers and scroll through the actions, right? So if we can scroll through the triggers and the actions, we can determine some things that that we want to happen. Now, you'll notice that there are some triggers that happen inside a community. Group access granted, group access revoked, private channel access granted, private channel access revoked. All those are things that will set the automation in motion. Let's take a look at some of the actions here. Right? So let's take a look at the actions. And I want to come back to the communities for a second. Okay, so anything that we do in terms of a trigger, here are the ways that we can interact with our community, right? So we can grant group access, we can grant access to a group, we can take somebody out of a group if certain things happen. So if we have to move someone to a different group, let's say we move them up to a different group, we can automatically have them taken out of a specific group. So granting group access, revoking group access, these are good actions, and we have a lot of triggers that we can make in order to put somebody inside of a group. So you want to think about all of the things that someone could do that would be an incentive to put them inside of a special group that you have. Now, again, if the group itself is going to be what you're using to build out your recurring income, you kind of want to think about that differently. But these are all the ways that you can use in order to put someone in that community section. Now, again, and I said this in the system.io course, and that is you don't have to put someone in a forum. You do not have to put someone in a discussion area to have community. Some cases, right? Some businesses, the community can happen, let's say on a Zoom call. It can happen in a YouTube channel. It really depends on your relationship with your customers. And so don't feel the need to force somebody into this. That's not the idea. And what tends to happen is, you end up with a graveyard, and then people kind of feel bad and kind of weird about not participating. You want to make sure you understand where community is happening for your business, and be willing to go with that. Some people, right? I operate in a meetup. You might find that the people that interact with you and would interact with each other, they interact in a meetup group. You can't predict it. I mean, you can try to guide them, but don't feel the need to pigeonhole people into something until you know what they want, right? Okay, any questions? Any questions? Let's see. Uh, okay, yep, go ahead. Go ahead, Santu. Are you if you want to write it in or go ahead. Let's see. Yep, you're live.
Great, thank you. Um, so my husband's a teacher and he has time off in the summer. And it just occurred to me, I thought to myself, why doesn't he offer a training course in the summer to people? And I wondered about him using my Go High Level account. I'm aware that any kind of enrollment would have his people um have their emails into my account, but just wondering if that's okay. If I set up a separate group within my Go High Level just for his people, his tribe, with a list of emails, maybe promote the event, the training course on Eventbrite, and and I yeah. So my question really is about capturing emails of interested people and where that can go, really, or
Well,
where that can be stored. I mean,
yeah, no, it's a good question. So, you can segregate emails in your GHL sub account.
hmm
So you can have emails for different brands inside of your email. So what you would do, let's say for your husband, and you would have an entirely different set of automations.
right.
So, based on, this particular email or coming from this page, you would set off automations based on that brand. And then you set up different automations based on your brand. And you can do all that inside of this area. So, let me see if there's see if I can find the email here. Trigger, uh, email events, uh, email events.
And do you know if Eventbrite, yeah, I think it can collect emails if people say, yes, you can have my email. And then I think you can download a CVS or something and then upload it into Go High Level, right?
You could do that, right? Or you can
Mhm.
automate the process probably, but that would be uh kind of a belt and suspenders. So you could capture all in Eventbrite, but you want to verify that, right? Because you may or may not be able to. I'm pretty sure you
hmm
can.
hmm
But yeah, you download it to a CSV. You upload the CSV to your high level sub account.
hmm Is there an alternative way?
Other than using Eventbrite, or are you talking about collecting leads, or what do
Mm,
you mean? Are you talking about
what?
attracting, trying to attract a local audience?
Well, I was thinking, well, what if we create something really simple like a lead magnet to collect our email and then email them about the event and tell them, hey, there's a training course based on this lead magnet. And maybe just avoid Eventbrite and altogether.
Well, you
So
can do that anyway.
yeah.
So even if you use Eventbrite, you should do that.
Oh, right.
So,
Okay.
so
And
I don't
then
think that
what?
I don't think that I don't think that's negotiable. So,
Well, that never occurred to me because usually with Eventbrite, you're not providing a lead magnet on that platform, right? But you're saying
Well,
provide a lead magnet on Eventbrite?
wherever they hear about you, you've got to give them the opportunity to hear more by
Mm,
going to a page. So let's say it doesn't happen on Eventbrite,
mm,
but you've got to tell them to leave Eventbrite, then go to this URL where I will give you the 7 tips to whatever.
mm.
And
Okay.
so yeah, it's um
That's when you
eh,
send them to go high level to capture the email. Okay.
right. Yeah. Yeah. So that's non-negotiable.
Okay. And then for those that may not sign up on Eventbrite, you can retarget them afterwards because you've got their emails. So you can just send them an email saying, hey, this course is coming up or this training's coming up. Don't forget to book on Eventbrite kind of thing, right? Loop them back around.
If yeah, now and now if
Mm,
now you're paying for the retargeting, and so you got to know you've got an offer that's gonna convert some of
hmm
that retargeted traffic. And so I'd say yes, as long as you know you've got something that a number of people are going to come to that page, they're going to convert for you to offset whatever the retargeting costs are.
Well, no, I may have used the wrong word. When I say retargeting, I just mean emailing them saying, hey, I noticed you didn't sign up for this training on Eventbrite. Here's the link to do so because it's coming up soon, kind of thing. I'm not paying anything to
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got
re-promote
you.
it
I
by
got you.
email.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just used the wrong word.
Well,
Re-
yeah, and you should be able to automate that process depending on what autoresponder you use. So
mhm,
if you connect your website to the autoresponder, and let's say that they come to the page, but they don't go, let's say, to the thank you page, which you would also have in there, you can say, you can have that email automated to them based on, uh, excuse me, the one event happening and the other event not happening. And
mm,
you can say, well, if these two events happen, send this email, and
mhm,
any autoresponder worth its salt will do that. So, Aweber does it, GetResponse does it, and you should be able to do it here
mhm.
if you were using the email here.
Yeah, and go high level. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That's good. You've given me some ideas as to because even on the thank you page of Eventbrite, um, if they book, I can still give them a link to a lead magnet, I think.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I'm thinking that Eventbrite connects to something. Now, I don't know if you want to have your autoresponder just based on Eventbrite, but it really depends on, I guess, if you're, if you if let's say the price point is high and you're able to convert that whatever you're paying Eventbrite, whatever that is, then you could get an autoresponder because it only works with Eventbrite. So in other words, if it's MailChimp and it's $20 a month and it's the only one that connects to them, if even if you use Aweber, if you can justify the $20, then you get that email service just because it connects to Eventbrite and you're getting traffic from Eventbrite. So if you verified you're getting traffic from Eventbrite, then and they have an automated way of putting people on your email list, and let's say that cost to that specific autoresponder is something you don't have a problem eating, then I would almost do that, because you have a higher chance of being able to email those leads something relevant because you know where they're coming from, you know what they're interested in based on they're coming to that page and getting the opt-in. You have a higher chance of converting that traffic, in my
I
opinion.
I will ask Eventbrite. If no, you know what? I'm thinking people have to tick a specific box that says, I'm happy for this vendor to contact me or collect my email address. Um, Even when they buy, they have to manually tick a box to say the vendor can collect my email address. I don't think there's anything that can automatically do that.
Okay, get response. Um, integrates with
Oh, wow.
Eventbrite.
What about
And of
Go High
course,
Level?
you can also do Zapier or Make.com. So
God, no.
even if yeah.
No thanks. Oh, I don't like Zapier at all. But yeah, if there's an API or webhook connection, it seems like GetResponse is the only one that connects with Eventbrite.
It's
What
the
about
only one coming up in search. Now, that's not
right?
mean that's the only one, but
Okay.
it's the one that's coming up.
Eventbrite API. I wonder if AI can create a code. It can create something and create an API code.
Well, with Make.com, it can.
Oh. So if I go to make.com, I can create an API between Go High Level and Eventbrite.
Well, Make is the API. So in other
Oh, right.
words,
Right. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
make.com can
but if you
connect
yeah,
Go
but if
High
you already
Level.
have an autoresponder that
Mm-hmm.
you're using,
Yeah. It's Go
then
High Level.
then yeah, then you connected. I think it's called Lead Connector. You can connect that to Eventbrite, but you would do it through Zapier or Make.com.
Right.
Either one of those, or Pabbly, or one of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I just don't know how it can collect how Eventbrite can collect emails automatically because as I said,
Well, it's going to be
pe
at the. I think it's going to be at the point of sale. Let me see.
yes, yes, that's right. Because they have to manually tick a box to say I'm happy for Eventbrite to share my email.
Yeah, okay. If they attend an event,
Mm-hmm.
if you do a
Or
free event and they attend, it what it says, and I don't know how old this is. It says set up regular imports, select the events from which you want to add your attendees, right? So you choose them, and then add new and update existing contact information. Automatically add your attendees to an autoresponder cycle. So I think when they sign up, they get added. If I'm
y-
reading this right,
they get added to what? To
your
the
get
CSV
response
file?
list
Ah,
if you set it up.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I think if you can get them to sign up for something, they get added.
Mm, okay.
Right?
Great.
Does
Well,
that help?
yeah, it does. Well, it's given me a new idea. I'm gonna explore it. And it has given me additional ideas as well. So yeah, it's been very helpful. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome.
It's all about spreading my lead magnet everywhere, and it never occurred to me to put it on Eventbrite. But
Uh-huh.
because it's connected to a course that I want to offer, never mind about my husband, but a course I want to offer, yeah, it just didn't occur to me to put the lead magnet on there and, as another way of collecting their email address,
Hmm.
without them having to manually tick a box on Eventbrite.
Hmm. Absolutely. Or just do a free event. Do one free event where
Yeah.
now, you tend to get tire kickers, but you could get some people to determine that they're interested in the subject matter at least.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, good idea. I think I will do that. And I might even put it on my YouTube channel as well and let people
Yeah,
know there's an event happening on Eventbrite. Head on over
yeah.
there.
Now what are you linking to from your YouTube channel?
I don't understand what the question means.
What is your main link? So when people watch the video, most of your videos, what link do they click? Do you suggest they click on, or what are you presenting to them?
Uh, I would probably give them the Eventbrite link.
Okay. Well, if it's going to be your main link, then yeah, you can do that on YouTube.
Yeah, I just haven't figured out. So what I would send them to is a live event. I just haven't figured out whether I send them to an automated webinar afterwards.
If you had the bandwidth, I would do it live.
You do it
Let them
live? Mm.
and let them watch the replay. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
right. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I
It,
mean. That's what I mean. So record it and then and I'm not quite sure. I guess I would just change the link after the live event is done. I would change the link and send them to my website where the replay lives, right?
I would put the replay. Well, okay. Let me think through this. Okay, so if the offer's free and they
Mm-hmm.
miss it on, well, you can leave it on YouTube, first of all.
The replay?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
if it's free and it's public, then the easiest thing is going to be least friction is going to be to put it on YouTube, make people watch it there, even a
okay.
replay.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Okay.
can bring them on live, right? You can stream live on YouTube, and I think you do that through Zoom, and then afterwards you just leave it up.
Yeah. I could put it on YouTube, but I can also put it on my website as well. Like,
You can embed from YouTube to
yes.
your website.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, that's right. That's right. So that if I get random traffic to my website, they'll see that video,
Mhm.
that replay. Okay. Okay, good.
Excuse me. Sorry about that. Um,
And the more people watch that replay on my YouTube channel, the more it'll help the algorithm on YouTube, right?
if you're looking for traffic from YouTube, uh, yeah, it will in general. Um, it just depends on you're looking for now. You're not necessarily looking to monetize YouTube. You're looking for traffic to your offers. Is that
Yeah. It's gonna take years for me to monetize on YouTube. Like, yeah, I've got 5 people who have subscribed. It's gonna take years, so that's not my goal. Um, Certainly not this year, because it's gonna take a long time.
how
S
often do you post?
Not very often. Not very often. I'm not active
Yeah,
on there.
yeah.
So, yeah, it's not my main kinda strategy.
Okay, okay.
So if that's the case, then wouldn't I wanna how would the algorithm help me? Just by being seen and then directing people to my website and have them look at all my offers on the website?
Yeah, as I understand it, if you keep people on the so
Mm,
if you have a number of subscribers, those subscribers come back to watch your videos, and you have a high percentage of the video watched. I think that the algorithm rewards you,
mhm,
in general, right? So yes, it means that you're keeping people on the platform, you're keeping them engaged, and people who are subscribed come back to YouTube to watch you. Well, then they want to boost that person for those reasons because you're bringing people and keeping
yeah,
people on the platform.
okay, okay, lots to think about.
Well, yeah, everybody, this is it's about 7:41, and I think I was a few minutes late, but I think we're okay now. So, um, hopefully this has been helpful to you all, and I appreciate you all being on with me. You could have done anything on the Saturday night. You chose to hang with us, and I appreciate it. And with that, thank you very much. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.
Thank you.